talking about the skipper, obviously you have a great chemistry with him. Start of the season, there was talk that he could be the next India captain, walk back into the Indian T20 team and replace Surya, who's not having the best of times. Is he one of the contenders for you after Surya, or are there other contenders in the Indian team?
I think there are a number of contenders, but he's one of the main contenders as far as I'm concerned. And I think we saw at the start of the tournament just how good of a T20 player he is and where he's at in his both on and off the field right now. I think he's a lot more mature player than he's been probably in his whole career. I think he's completely on top of his game now, and he's probably a good example of what I was talking about at the start, where it's really hard to maintain really high level of consistency through 14 games of cricket, and there's going to be times where you have your ups and downs as an individual and as a team. So, look, I'm pretty sure he'll bounce back in this last game that we've got. If he stands up and makes a big score, then we're a good chance of winning the game. And I've been pretty vocal the last couple of years that any team that India selects, if Shreyas is not in it, I'm always very surprised. And on the back of this IPL, I'm sure he's one name that the selectors will talk about, not just to get back into that side, but also with the captaincy next to his name.
So he can walk back into the side straight away as captain. Wouldn't that
you don't.
surprise
Well, I mean, the thing about Indian cricket, you don't walk back into teams. You've got to put a lot of runs on the board, and you've got to do it in a certain way. His season so far has been very impressive. His captaincy's been excellent. I just think he's in that little sweet spot in his life and in his career where if captaincy came his way, then I think he'd make the most of it.
Been an up and down season. First half was great. Second, not so great. Just overall thoughts.
Oh, it's exactly what you said. Yeah, it's been an up and down season. I mean, the first part was probably some of the best T20 cricket that I've ever seen from any team that I've been around. The team was breaking records left, right, and centre, playing a really high quality sort of style of cricket. High impact, high risk sort of style, and it worked really well for us at the start. And then, as you know, in this tournament, in an IPL where all teams are very even, you can't afford to be off a couple of percent in any aspect of the game. And I think probably the last 6 games, we've probably just been off a little bit in probably most aspects of our game. There's been a lot made of our fielding and a bit made about our bowling, but it's been all 3 aspects. So, look, we've got 1 game to go, and we're still a really good chance of qualifying, which is a positive thing for the team. So, we have to play our best game in a couple of days' time against LSG.
Back to the team. What are you going to tell the boys ahead of the Lucknow game? It's a do or die game. So, how do you plan to approach that, and what do you plan to convey to the guys?
I haven't spoken to them for 2 days, actually. I've given them their own time. Literally after the end of the game in Dharamshala, it's been time to get away and forget about cricket and not think about cricket at all. And spend this day here today, travel tomorrow, and freshen up and make sure we're ready to go. I mean, everyone's sitting back watching the games that are being played between now and when we play our last game. But it's pretty simple for us. We've got to get back to believing just in how good we are, and remembering the way that we played in our first 6 or 7 games for the season, and having those thoughts and memories, and not being feared of failing or not having success. You've got to look at it the other way. You've got to look at the positive side and try and find a way to play your best game when it matters most. So that's generally what the messaging will be. But it's all about actions. It's not what I say. It's about what the boys turn up with and the way that they want to play their game. But at our best, we've been the most fearless team in the tournament, and we've been daring. We've been a bit different with the way we've gone about things, and we've been a very dynamic team. And that's what I'll talk about again, and make sure we bring those things to the game against Lucknow on whatever day that is. Well, Sunday, is it? Saturday.
Yeah. And last questions. Not going to take any specific names. I mean, there've been some off the field incidents. I mean, do the players and the team talk about that? Does it impact the mindset, because the players are professionals at the end of the day? They know what to do.
Well, there haven't been any off-field things that I've had to worry about as a coach. Everything that we've managed everything the way we need to manage as a team, and we don't really care what anyone else says about us. There's so much social media out there that one little headline turns into a big story, but that doesn't affect us. We know what we need to do as players to win games of cricket, and we push on with that. I mean, if there's anything that needs to be handled, I handle it as a coach, and you guys in the media will never find out about it. So that's the way it goes. Stories are stories, headlines are headlines, but we know what we need to do to play our best cricket. And in a few days' time, if we do and if we qualify, then all this negativity out there about us will go away.